Hey guys, welcome back to the Off Campus Podcast. Today we're going to talk about the CIA and Julian Assange and the Wikileaks. Garrett, would you like to start it off?
Okay, so we both read the official WikiLeaks article, Vault 7. There's a lot to this. We're not going to be able to touch on everything. We're going to have the link in the description on screen, something, because it's a lot more than we can cover in about 10-15 minutes. Basically, I think the WikiLeaks dump was called, Year Zero, and it talked about 0 days, which 0 days, to my understanding, is basically weaponized malware, Trojans, viruses, whatnot.
Right.
Um, the history of this has been going on since 2001. The CIA has just been one layer deeper than the NSA. It's been going on since 2001. So Bush knew about it, Obama knew about it. Yeah, pretty much we all knew through Edward Snowden, the NSA leak, that they had, that they could conduct surveillance on U.S. citizens. This takes it further. CIA departments, intelligence, hacker groups, they've gotten into Apple, Android, Windows, iOS, Linux, OS X, any operating system you can think of. They've got malware and ways to get inside of that. I think it said there are 24 malware things just for Android.
Hmm.
So yeah, they can hack into your phones, laptops, tablets, smart TVs. Smart TVs. Yeah, they have a thing for that. They have a false off setting, so they can listen and watch,
Right.
even though you believe it's off. There are also a few more sinister things with this. The vehicles in the French election. Michael, I'll let you take that.
Yeah. Well, it's been exposed that since 2014, the CIA has the capability to hack into certain types of cars and trucks.
New modern, I guess, like smart cars, and take control of their like take control of the vehicular
Yeah.
automated system. Like they
Mm-hmm.
could drive your car for you, drive into a tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, that potential assassination use. Um,
And then with the French election,
mhm.
it said that the 2012 French presidential election was interfered by the CIA. Except I think that was exposed about a month ago.
Mhm.
Uh, it wasn't part of this recent leak.
Yeah. So I guess go more in depth about like the kinds of things Francois Hollande has been doing that may connect him to this. Like
Right.
he's kind of on the more neoliberal end of the spectrum.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with French politics, Francois Hollande is the recent president who got elected in 2012. And he's part of the Socialist Party, but he's very neoliberal, as well as his prime minister, Manuel Valls. And they've basically been using this article of the Constitution. It's Article 49, Section 3, which allows the executive branch to pass laws without even defaulting to the legislative. Um, and they've been using it to pass basically labor laws like the El Khomri laws, which reduce pay and extend work hours. And
Yeah, there have been
so,
a lot of protests in France
yeah,
recently. I think his approval rating is at 5%, which is worse than our Congress, which is 12, 20 on a good day. Yeah, another thing we learned is that we've got Langley has an extension, has a kind of a hacker base in Frankfurt, Germany. So that's basically where we do all of our hacking for Europe. And I think they said we also have things in Latin America. You know, we've extended the surveillance to Latin America. Um, so yeah, that's what we've got. Pretty much any electronic device they can get into. They've got 0 days, weaponized malware, um, causing actually cyber proliferation. We've got a base in Frankfurt. We do this in. So yeah, that's what we know based on what we've read from the WikiLeaks dump. Katie, you watched a few videos on this. Is there anything we missed?
Um, Well, I just heard that the CEO of Apple a few years back was actually trying to, like, prevent this sort of thing from happening, and he was very adamant, like, "We want our consumers to have their devices protected," and the CIA found a way around that. Apple tried to put in all this stuff so that that wouldn't happen,
Yeah.
and the CIA basically just said, "Fuck that."
Oh yeah, the controversy
Yeah.
over that one terrorist shooter. They couldn't get past the encryption, and there was that big court case.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you try the password too many times, it deletes everything from the phone. So they had to break the encryption. So that was an instance of Apple versus the government. So government wins apparently.
Yeah. So now there's a universal backdoor to get into any iPhone.
Yep. Yeah, that was a major selling point for Apple too. That's kind of hurt their business.
Mm.
And this is kind of off topic, but back to the French election, because I forgot his name. I can't pronounce it because he's in power. The next election, that's I think next year is their next election or this
It's
year.
this year.
Yeah.
It's
This
coming up
year,
in like 2 months.
Oh yeah.
They have two
um,
rounds, but
it's a bunch of like super right wing conservative people that are
Marine
about
Le
to take
Pen.
power.
yeah, Marine Le Pen and
Yeah,
Macron are the two main people.
Yeah.
because
So
people are so upset with what's happening now that the
yeah.
right wing is going to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Marine Le Pen, well, she is kind of alt righty in a sense, super anti immigrant. Isn't she a little more policy wise left wing?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so.
Better than UKIP, at least.
Yeah, she wants sovereign currency, and she's against globalization and like free trade
Hmm.
generally.
Okay. Better than UKIP, at least.
Yeah, UKIP is awful. Same
Yeah,
with the AFD in Germany.
true. Yeah, so, okay, so this is just the raw information that we know. I guess implications of this. Um, Fourth Amendment. Just don't even bother mentioning that anymore. That's long gone. Um, if you haven't read 1984 by George Orwell, you don't need to anymore. This is it.
George Orwell is a communist. What?
Okay, but yeah, pretty much anyone who reads this is going to be, you know, actually, I've actually noticed a lot less backlash on this. I mean, when Edward Snowden talked about the NSA, there was outrage. But now that this has come out, we're kind of just like, not even surprised anymore, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no one's surprised at this. Is the thing.
and the CIA has preeminence over the NSA. I think that was
Yeah,
proven
they
as part
do.
of Wikileaks. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so, yeah, I guess implications of this. At home, we're not too surprised, I guess. I mean, this kind of stuff is mind blowing, but we're not surprised that that they're doing it. Um, Abroad, though, this will definitely have some backlash because I mean, I'm sure everyone knows that we're spying, but maybe not to this extent, to this capability. Um, Russia, whether they hacked into our election or not, they can they now have the ammo to say who you to complain about us hacking into your election. You got Francois Hollande elected in 2012. So yeah, and cyber proliferation, that's definitely a bad thing because I mean, cyber warfare, it's quiet. You know, it's one thing if you launch missiles. Sending in malware is a totally different game. It's silent. It's definitely you may not even notice. So
Yeah, it's important to point out that this extends past the CIA. Because with cyber proliferation, what they've done is, in order to use these weapons, the CIA has to put it on the internet. But they can't classify it. So it's just declassified, floating around somewhere, and if you can find it, you can use it.
yeah, yeah,
It's just interesting for me seeing some news sources saying they're basically disregarding it. They want to news sources want to discredit WikiLeaks,
yeah,
and they're saying it might not be true. Don't believe it.
yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of yeah, my parents watch Fox News, and okay, I actually texted you about this. Let me get some quotes. Yeah, I was texting Michael when I was watching this, and let's see. Okay, I think I was watch. I think they were watching Outnumbered because uh, one woman on there. I don't know her name. Just I don't watch Fox News that often, but I pretty much just watch it when my parents are watching it. This is pretty much an exact quote. Julian Assange is trying to destroy America. I wish I could shoot lasers out of my eyes and find him. That's pretty much an exact quote. And I'm thinking, one, aren't Republicans supposed to be small government? And two, you like you would have kissed Julian Assange had he been there after the Podesta emails. Like, don't give me that shit. So both parties are kind of just, you know, WikiLeaks is like that person who wants to find the truth, and then both sides are those people who like take what little bit of truth benefits them. So Fox News and Republicans in general are probably pissed off that this is gonna look bad for Trump.
I mean, it looks bad for Obama too.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely looks bad for Obama and Bush since they all knew about it. But because Obama's gone, most people look towards just the person in head now. Like, it's kind of sad that even though we have co-equal branches of government, the president is the figurehead who takes all the flack. So while
Yeah.
Obama is definitely to blame, just as much as Trump is, Trump's going to take most of the flack. So, yeah, I feel like that's pretty much all we've got for now.
Yeah.
Yep. So, um, say hello to Big Brother, everybody.
They could be watching us right now.
Yep. So yeah, that's the recent WikiLeaks dump. Everything we know about it. We're gonna put the link to the Vault 7 WikiLeaks.org in the description on screen, and we'll see you guys soon.